Hey, what's up, Dean? Safe Performance. We are back. Um, been working on the car, Jesse's car. Um, just haven't really made a video. Had time to make a video. Um, so what? Constantly think people are walking at my door. Um, Basically, what I've been working on is Saturday came down. Got a bunch of stuff done. I got the transmission cooler taken off. Got, I don't know, whatever. Um, I got the fuel line all made up. Got the fitting in the rail. So now we are dash 10. Move some stuff. Move some stuff. So it's got the dash 10 feed on one side of the regulator. It's got the 10 going to the rail that has an 8 ORB to 10 AN fitting. That's done. What else? The transducer's in the regulator. I think I did that. The fuel pressure wire, I extended it to over here. I got to get a fitting for the rail on this side, an 8 adapter, which is on its way, and then I'm going to plug his fuel pressure sensor back in so he has both up on there. I finished a bunch of the wiring for the fuse box. In the back, we have a battery. That's a big thing. He brought the battery up Sunday, came in Sunday, actually worked Sunday. Got the return up and through. I have all the fittings to finish the hat. I got the fuel pump relays mounted. I mounted them up here. They'll be hidden behind the panel, but they're easily accessible because this has those clips. Pop this panel off. Battery's in. I haven't hooked all the terminals up on the positive side. I don't want to do that yet. But all the battery cables are run. The fuel pump wiring is hanging right there. So I have to feed them up. I'm going to feed them up behind the tank to the top. That's all done. Which I'll do that when I get the pumps and all the fittings and stuff in. I got this charge pipe done. I got the intercooler welded. I took it off, took the bumper off, took the intercooler off, welded the quick clamp coupler things on. And then I did the charge pipe on the outlet side of the intercooler. So it basically goes under and then comes across, turns up, and I got one blow-off valve on. Till I get the turbo in and done and the downpipe done, we're going to leave it as one blow-off valve. If I can, because he has his old blow-off valve, it's the same exact VS Racing 50 millimeter. Possibly might add it to this side, do like a dual blow-off valve. It'll look cool. The hot side I started on the driver's side. I got the V-band, welded it to basically a 90. Then I cut whatever small turn to bring it back, so I turned it in toward the motor and then straight across, so it comes, it's hard to see, comes straight across. I tried to keep it as level and as straight as I could, kind of just ended it, and then I started working on getting the fender opened up. I threw the inner fender back in. It's not bolted in or nothing like that. I just set it in there. And I got most of this panel removed. I'll probably end up with all of these spot welds, taking them out because it's not being, that little plate isn't being utilized. So I'll get all the spot welds taken out, cut this, maybe finish the cut straight across, and then get rid of that piece. I started on this yesterday and got interrupted 55 times. So I didn't get that piece out, but basically I got all the spot welds off. I'll grind them down. I got that little piece there left I gotta get off, but all these spot welds I started grinding away at them. I find it's easier than using the spot weld drill because you have to pilot it and then drill it. It works really good, but I find it easier to take the cutting wheel and kind of just dig in to the spot welds. That way you don't accidentally drill into the panel behind it. So pretty decent headway. I got the source feed fitting in the compressor housing. That's all done. A lot of little things. Saturday and Sunday was good. I got a lot done. Now I just gotta crank through it, get the rest of it done, working on it. I don't know what else. There's a bunch of little things. He came up, like I said, he came up Sunday. We're gonna look at a few things with the transmission. It's a 4L80, has a lockup converter. He's unsure how to make the lockup converter work, or if something's not right. So we're gonna look at that. But for now, I'm gonna get back on getting turbo placed in there, getting the hot side done, wastegates, everything. I am gonna bust my ass today. Hopefully get it at least all piped in today. And then figure out the wastegate placement. If I can get the wastegates done, the hot side done, and all I have to do is the dumps. I'm not worried about the dumps. But that'll be huge, and then I could start the downpipe. The downpipe is going to be big because of the placement with the lower radiator hose and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff to work around. If I can leave the lower radiator hose, that's one less thing for me to do. But I don't see that happening. I at least I'm gonna need to change the hose to where it's not like an S type hose. Like I was saying the other day, I might need to do like a straight coupler here, bend a little piece of pipe straight out, and then do like a 90 up and a 90 on that. Something like that, something to tuck it farther over. Can't really push these factory hoses. They just kind of kink because they're like heat molded that way. So that's what I'm gonna work on. All right, so I'm working. That's where the turbo is gonna sit. And I started on a downpipe, but we got the hot side is pretty much mostly done. So it comes across, it comes under, and then you can see the driver's side, right? Yeah, driver's side is the back tube. So it actually ends up being the outside tube, and then the passenger is the inside tube, and it just kind of goes in and up there. So I got that mounted. The front wheel, it's a little close, but the turbo's not bolted on it. It's actually rocked out a little bit, so I need to pick it up some. I don't know, I might change something, but we'll see. And then I started on the downpipe, and that's the Mormon clamp 5-inch and just a ton of pie cuts. So basically what I'm doing is 3 at a time. And well, I started with these 3, and then I came over with 3 more, and I wanted to see if I wanted to do 4 on this or leave it at 3. I decided to leave it at 3. And then I just worked my way down. So right now it's pointing back down, and I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid that hose, the little radiator hose, which is, yep, that'll puke oil out. Yep, you can't see it. There it is. So you can see I'm nowhere near it right now, so I'll end up coming across and looking at it right now. You can see there's no way that second blow-off valve would fit on there. So I'm not even gonna try and do that. I gotta grab this oil line. She's gonna puke. Yep, it puked. Of course it did. There we go. So I'm not gonna put the second one. I'm glad I didn't put it. We could change the lower hose, and I could have kept the downpipe, you know, closer to the frame. But being that it's right here, if we tuck and go out, it's gonna be a pretty short downpipe. It's not going to change too much, but whatever. So, and then I changed the steam port hose. He had it on like a straight nipple like everybody does. So actually I have a banjo left over from a wastegate, so I changed that out. So now it comes over the hose, and then I zip tied it to where that wiring harness used to be zip tied. That's done. I got the transmission cooler out. You can see it's not down in there anymore. It's sitting on the floor over there. The lines are out. They're over there in the box so they don't puke. Here's the banjos for the lines. They're not too bad to get out. The upper one's a little bit tricky, but it's not a pain in the butt. So, I mean, that's it for today. We got a lot going on, not only here, but personal life. So, a lot going on, but we are pushing. I'm gonna try, and I thought I ordered it from VS Racing, but I don't know, I guess I didn't. But the compressor outlet, I have the flange right there, but for some reason I can't find the clamp. I don't know if I used the clamp or what. So I ordered a clamp, just a clamp. It's a 3 1/4. I think it's a 3 1/4 is what the S400 chassis is based on, or S400 Turbo. Jeez. Outlet size when it's a standard V band like that one, it's 3 1/4. Pretty sure 3 1/4. What else? So yeah, so I'm gonna have to do the oil feed. Most likely gonna have to make a new one to come all the way over here, because that one's not going to be long enough. Even if I go up and over the motor, I don't think that one will be long enough. Not a big deal, but I got to get the fitting, which is like I think this is the quarter MPT to like a -4. Then still got to figure out the drain. No idea what I'm going to do with that drain yet. So I might try and make something. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe make something out of tubing that kind of just bolts onto a flange, and the aluminum tube kind of goes down and over, and then has an AN that you can do a short line to the pan. I don't know. I go step by step. I don't really plan everything. Sorry, yawning. I don't plan. I plan in my head, but I don't fully plan everything out. Kind of like the wastegates, I didn't set them in there and try and finagle them, because the downpipe will be a big determining factor on where the wastegate placement is. I was almost leaning on taking one off of this side and kind of bringing it up, and then taking the other one off this and sort of pointing it up, but I'm not sure. Haven't quite thought it out enough yet, because I could also take it off that bend. Yeah, that fucker's hot. I could also take it off of that bend there, but that'll point it down. I don't want to do that. Big problem is the freaking blade, 2 cuts in, just decides to be the giant piece of shit. So I don't know, like, this blade has been flawless. You can see the teeth are like just broken randomly. It just decided to break a bunch of teeth off. And I very nice and polite with this blade, but it has cut a lot of pipe. Cut all Jeff's pie cuts, cut all Tom's pie cuts. Cut all the stainless for Jeff's kit, all the tubing for Tom's kit, and cut some of this, and then all of a sudden it was useless. So it might just be, wore out, but I had to order a new blade. So pretty much, gas is empty. This is awesome. The bottle's on, and that is pretty much clapped out. So I gotta get another bottle, which I think I'm gonna be able to get a big bottle. Gotta get the blade. So I'm gonna work with, excuse me, I'm gonna work with what I have left. I could do the fuel system. I got 3 more pie cuts ready to go that I could attach to the downpipe, maybe attach if I have enough gas to do that. Just get them tacked on it, and then we can kind of see a little more of it. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm just... Anyways, so for this one, that's it. I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Have a good day.